What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shed. Me and Doggo. Winnie. Winnie. Hello. There she is. What we're gonna do today is a little work on this dashboard. This is from Retrospec, what they're called. And I've got some gauges in the speed hut that need to go in. I'm gonna try to start the car today, and I've got a lead that's supposed to be for the tax signal, which is labeled. There it is. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm thinking, if everything's wired up like it should be, that tax signal should just be ready to go. Plug that tack gauge right on it and use that for a lead, and that's going to be all I need. We're using, for mounting our gauges, might be able to read this. This is where they come from. Millhouse, Houston. And there we have it. That's just going to sit nice and flush. And all the wires hang out the back. Now it's going to come up through the back side of here. And it sits, once it's in there, obviously from the back side, it'll sit just like that, sit nice and flush. Unfortunately, with this dash, I had a little bit of trimming to do up inside this, I don't know what you call this, the gauge pod, I guess. They were a lot deeper before to start with, but I couldn't get the lip of this gauge pod here to actually slide up in there, and even now you really got to force it. So instead of mounting them in the way that they were supposed to be mounted, I'm probably just going to use a shit ton of JB weld. Look at that snow. It's shit. What do you think? You kind of like it, probably. You blend in with it. Hello. Come inside. Come inside. Come on. Okay. So I have, for now, separated the dash from the frame. And what I had to do with the Retrospec dash, being that it's all fiberglass, I kind of JB welded the thing into place there, so that just slides in, and then that'll be just like stock. So what we're gonna do here is clean this off, back side of this, get all the dust from trimming it. At this point you're probably thinking, wow, he just JB welds everything, cobbles everything together. No, I usually wouldn't do it this way. Probably wouldn't recommend doing it this way. I guess if you're watching this specifically for dots and stuff, this Retrospec dash, it seems like case by case fitment on stuff. It's all pretty close. I think it's a pretty good quality piece of hardware, but mine in particular was just a little bit too small for these, and since I had to trim it down so much, it's just not gonna fit without JB welding, so that's what we're doing. I got one of them in there. I didn't go all the way around it with the JB weld. I just kind of did like a 50-50, one a little bit on one side, a little bit on the other. Right now, I'm noticing they keep trying to pop back out. I'll put one in and then bump the other one, or just enough pressure, and then the other one will pop out. So this might take a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna. This is the current state of dash, so that's fun. I got everything labeled here. I went through when I ripped it all apart. Turn signal indicators, dash lights, high beam indicator, parking brake indicator, all things like that. So it shouldn't be too bad to just splice everything in. Hey. fire up the pellet stove because it's cold as shit out again, and we'll be back out here in 20 minutes to try to get something done. Dirty. Dirty, 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 dirty. That's how they're gonna sit. I don't really care about the orientation of how the little tabs that were supposed to originally be, so you use the brackets from the stock style gauge. But I'm not gonna use that obviously because we're gluing them in. And I think I got them in enough of a spot here where they're gonna kind of stay fixed, and we're gonna just goober a shit ton JB Weld, and it's gonna work, and nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, hi. So I've got this one, and I've got this one's glued in, this one's dried. This one I just set in, and it's tacky. It seems like it's holding. This one, every time I try to flip the dash over, it pops out. So I just finished up finally getting in the gauge pods here with the JB Weld method that I used. It's not exactly the prettiest thing you're ever gonna see, but it's gonna hold them in there. I probably don't have enough viewers to actually really get people asking too many questions, but I'm just trying to show the reality of what kind of stuff actually happens. Sometimes you get this aftermarket stuff, and as good as a lot of it is, a lot of times there's certain things that just don't work, things that need to be trimmed. 40-year-old cars, every car is going to have little minor differences over time. Things break or clips aren't there, whatever it might be. So that's the reason that I'm using JB Weld for this. Obviously it's not the way that you're supposed to do it. If I had a more original dash, like this piece of shit, junk, if I were using that one and it weren't broken in half, then maybe things would fit a little bit better. But with this fiberglass and everything's a conversion, things just don't always work out quite the way you expect. So like I said, I'm just trying to show you guys a reality of sometimes the things that you actually have to do. Shouldn't be a big deal. Finished product's gonna look the same, just a little bit of extra time. I've got all three of my pods in place. I've got my little delete plate locked in place, so my two lights I think are gonna look pretty good there. This one, you can kind of tell a little bit here that I had to sand on it because they fell out on me and they dislodged while I was working with it. So I had to redo all that. And then when I was trying to clean it up, I used brake cleaner just on the one that I had to sand, and of course the brake cleaner ate into the plastic, so that's great. So I had to sand it down to get rid of all the little imperfections, so I'm probably going to take some of the same paint that I used to paint the dash before, and I'll just give that a quick respray. Not the whole dash, but just kind of that center area. I know what you guys are really here for. Look at this wiring. I should probably just leave it this way. If this is the race car way. It looks good. I think it looks finished. Okay, obviously this whole unit gets placed into the middle, and then my little switches and everything are actually going to make sense. I suppose I could test out my dimmer. Works good. Turn that all the way up for now. Try that again. Come on, old girl. Come on. You got it. Come on, come on. A little cold. not quite having it with this cold weather. Trying to get it started, but it ran just a second. That's what you guys wanted anyways. Everybody just wants to hear it run. They just want to hear the noises. So, on the bright side, my lead for the tack works. All my lights work. All my switches work. The only thing I have yet to figure out is my parking brake light indicator. That's what I'm gonna use these little lights here for. I plan to wire those up to the parking brake lead, and once those are hooked up, every time I pull the parking brake, those lights will come on. I don't really have another use for them. Maybe one of you guys can think of something to do with them. I've already got turn signal indicators in the speedometer, so I couldn't really use them for turn signals. They're kind of low for that anyway. So if any of you guys have any ideas on what to do with those lights, otherwise for now I'm going to try to hook them up with the parking brake. I've been having some troubles finding which wires I'm actually supposed to hook up and not hook up. It doesn't really make sense when I'm messing around with it. But thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.